Hello. Yes, stream on a Saturday. Also, I think I got the time wrong. I swear to God that it said 6:59 and now it's 6 o'clock. So I thought it was 7 o'clock. Oh well, we'll stream still. Smeets, thank you so much for the prime. Really appreciate you, dude. Why am I not at Keeb Life? I don't know, man. I just kind of want to... I don't know. I just like keyboard stuff, so I just want to keep streaming. No, the real reason is I'm going to be taking a week off next week, and I just want to chill. I don't want to do anything. Hi, everybody. How you guys doing? What are these names, man? These names? What? What's up, Fetty? What's up, Smeets? How you guys doing today? What's up, Slurpless? Alex, how you doing? Leftover cereal, how you doing, dude? J1, how you doing? Pre, how you doing? Kyber, how you doing? How's everybody doing today? What does Discord VIP do? So I basically made that. I mean, I don't know if it's still like useful, but it's meant for people who want to be in the sub Discord without having to pay, because I feel like it's very important to have an option for people to be able to join without spending real money. So maybe it's just my priorities for that, but I'm itching to buy a new board, but waiting for something to catch my eye. Today's board we're doing is super simple. It's nothing too crazy. I don't know what to think about it. I think the basic shell of the keyboard we're doing today is going to be nice. I just don't think it's going to be something that maybe if you're like interested in something unique, I don't think that's where today's board falls into. Just again, keeping it a buck. But I do think today's board might be eye-catching for someone who just wants something simple and also wants something that's going to ship out fairly soon. The problem with today's board is it falls into a... and this is the hard part to like navigate. It falls into a price point where there's so many other keyboards right now that all look very similar. So I guess today we'll be kind of finding, does today's keyboard kind of set itself apart in a market that's already filled with sub $200 keyboards that all look the same? And we'll find out, I guess, right? I'm not gonna be I'm not gonna sit here and pick it apart and, you know, do something dirty like that, because I feel like that's just unnecessary. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look at today's board for what it is, then we'll kind of figure out where it goes into the market. The only reason I'm gonna start doing this from now on for like these sub $200 boards that all again kind of look the same, just because I don't know where they fit into the market personally, and I've been really struggling trying to figure out why do people continue to make these very simplistic designs. Like, why is every company trying to participate in this like, you know, $150 to $200 range with the same keyboard basically? That's what I'm trying to figure out, because I don't know if they're doing well. I don't know if they're selling. And that's going to be today's stream. I'm kind of tired of keyboards with the seams in the middle. I kind of like seams personally. They kind of grew on me, so they call me, what's going on? How you doing? Thanks for the tier 1 for 3 months. I want the Synth 60. That was a nice looking keyboard. That was really cool. That actually had like a nice like little design to it. But yeah, I ended up taking a little walk today for like all of an hour, which was nice because I originally wanted to get myself a sandwich at that place I told you guys about that's like really good for Philly cheesesteaks, but they're closed next week. So I couldn't get myself a Philly cheesesteak sandwich. Also, real question. So I was going up the elevator and someone stopped on a floor, and it was like one of the floors, like not ground floor, but like they were on a floor. And I'm like, okay, it's weird that someone's going up on a random floor. And I figured maybe they're going to go to like, you know, a really, really high floor. They went one floor up. And then the guy had the audacity to get onto the elevator and go, God, that was such a long wait. You could have just walked up one flight of stairs. Seemed like a healthy guy. But then he just moaned and groaned for the 2 seconds he was in the elevator. Oh my God, I don't get people. I don't get it. I just don't. I really want to get the Cupid, but the 1.2 millimeter flex cut with no options with Sag. Yeah, I also agree. That is starting to get a little bit weird. I don't really understand why that's still a thing too. It's crazy how we'll make like thousands of options for plates, but then for PCBs, we're like still stuck with some companies just giving us one PCB, and then we're all forced to use the keyboard one way. And this is why we make keyboards? Yes. All right, let's take a little peek-sees at today's. Weird question, what's my favorite Ducky keyboard? When I was first, when I first got into keyboards, it wasn't even Ducky that was like the keyboards that I wanted. You know what keyboard I really wanted when I was getting first into keyboards? It was the Poker 3. That keyboard there, the Poker, was like what I wanted. And it was sold out everywhere. Dude, that keyboard there was like the coolest one when I was first getting into keys. But nobody had it. I could not purchase one for the life of me. So I ended up having to dive a little bit more deeper into custom keyboards, and here we are. But yeah, that keyboard was cool. I don't know, does Poker still make keyboards? Das Keyboard 2 was really cool too. They had some really interesting boards as well. I wanted Philco/Das when I was first joining. I thought Vermello was Peak Customs. I don't really remember too many of what they had. I remember they had some offerings, but I don't remember quite what their offerings were. Philco was cool too though, but for me the Poker, I think it was because of the RGB. Let's be real. I think it had to be some of that RGB goodness. I don't understand how there's heat running today. It wasn't even hot when I went outside just now. I went to quickly go grab a soda because, like, I don't know. I just wanted something carbonated. But I got carbonated water, not a soda. I thought, Alex, I think you forgot to post the stream in Discord. Oh, did I? I did. I didn't hit enter. Well, that's impressive. We still have 90 viewers and I didn't post anything. That's crazy. RGB #1 feature then. It was a pretty baller feature back then. Yeah, I thought it was 7 o'clock. That's why I'm not gonna lie. That's why I went live. But it was not 7 o'clock. So I'm a little bit fucked up for time right now. Ollie, what's going on, dude? Hey, Alex, what's up, Nev? What's up, Pander? Vermillo was pretty good at the time, actually had decent stabs from what I heard. I don't really, I never purchased one. The only keyboard I ended up getting was some random keyboard that was called oh man, what was it called now? It was such a nice board. The Gons GK87 Pro. It had to this day, I have not really seen too many just off-the-shelf boards that look like that. But it was pretty fun. I wish I didn't, I took that thing apart, man. Just because, I was trying to harvest some stuff out of it back in the day. I really wish I didn't. It was such a cool board. I'm so sad about that, actually. All right. So, hydrate. Got you, dude. A full-size Ducky was my first keyboard with Silent Reds. I don't really know what Ducky's offerings are nowadays. I truly don't. Also, been using this board, guys. I actually really like this. What is this here? I'm not gonna turn this on. Good evening. Hello, everybody. Wait, am I muted in the stream? No. I can see you. You're good, Manic. Did I miss one of your chats or something? But they call me Smeets, and everyone else, thanks for being here, guys. And thanks for the subs, and thanks for the follows as well. All right, so this is the Kazuha Enter67. To kind of go over this, the red one, let me just quickly explain this one here. We built this yesterday. It's based off of an anime called Serial Experiment Lane. It's $200, has a very unique shape to it because it's based off of a keyboard in that anime, and has dual mounting systems. Pretty good. I actually really like this. You're getting an Enter67? So, I'm curious about this board, and the reason why I took on this board was because this is called the Navi 60. Let me kind of explain my thought process with this. Sleepy, thank you so much for the Prime. So I originally wasn't gonna take on this board because I looked at it and I'm just like, okay, it does look like a good keyboard for someone who might be joining in on keyboards. Or maybe someone who just wants something simplistic and wants a 65 but doesn't like any of the offerings right now. because some people don't like the Envoy, some people don't like some of the other keyboards that have come out recently. So I thought maybe this was an interesting keyboard. So my thing with today's build, though, on top of us taking a look at this and kind of, you know, judging this and seeing if it's any good, I do also want to have a discussion of my personal thoughts on the market of these $100 to $200 keyboards that sort of all look the same. And I guess my question for you guys, and maybe we don't have to answer this right now, maybe we can talk about this after we're done. My question is, they're all like a lot of these middle ground boards, whatever you want to call them, they kind of all look the same. And I'm having a hard time as someone who takes a look at all of these, trying to figure out the place of all of these boards. And I guess my question as well is, I don't know how well these boards are doing. And I think it's a great thing that boards are getting, you know, less expensive. But does less expensive mean no creativity with the board? And that's why I'm kind of figuring out the place of all these boards. Because I'm going to show you this, and I'm not saying this isn't a nice looking board. That's not what I'm saying. It's a classy looking board. However, there's a lot of boards that look like this in this price range. And it's becoming harder and harder to recommend one over the other, especially because they're all like such quick turnaround times these days. And so we get some screws. So this is going to be Bluetooth. So we have a Bluetooth USB there. We have some gasket socks, some foam, some more foam, a PC plate, and a hot swap PCB. This hot swap PCB, I believe, was a 1.2 mil, although it doesn't look like a 1.2 mil. This looks like a 1.6. Yeah, this does not look 1.2. I thought on the website it said it only had a 1.2 millimeter offering, but this definitely does not feel or look like a 1.2, which is good. Does this price outbid the Neo? No, this is about 100. See, and this is the other complicated thing about this particular board. On their official website, it says 170. But then, when I was looking up some stuff today, I saw this board's on drop for 150. So I'm just not quite positive, like, is there a premium for different price point or for different websites? I would probably suggest, nothing against Kezuo, like their website has a seemingly $20 premium for it, and I'm not sure if anything's different. It didn't look like anything was different, but Drop has it for $150. That was the cheapest that I found it for. And here's the board itself. It comes with some batteries. The one nice thing about this board that I saw from the renders, and we can take a look at, it did have a cherry lip on the front, which might be its set apart feature. But we'll see. Can I just say something? My ass already knows that this... See how the traces? See this? There was flex cuts once upon a time on this. Once upon a time, they put flex cuts on this, and then they took them right out and just left the traces the way they were. But once upon a time, there was. Desk mat from where? From Novel Keys. 170. And again, this is where it's becoming a little bit harder to figure out the place, right? And I'm trying to be as brutally honest with this, but also have an actual adult conversation and not shitting on this board at all. Not shitting on anything. But my question is, show the cherry lip? It's a smaller cherry lip right there. At least that's what it looked like on the... I mean, it kind of is. It's not exactly a cherry lip, but kind of is at the same time. See? You can kind of see like where it kind of begins and ends. Desk Maddie, thank you so much for the 29. I appreciate the raid. Thank you for trusting me with your viewers. I hope you're having a great day today. Thank you. I'm Alex, by the way. I build keyboards. Not normally on Saturdays though. I don't exactly know what I'm doing today, but we're just gonna have some fun and build some. I was about to say play some video games, but maybe that's for later. I'm gonna build some keyboards today, and Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do the rest of my day. My Space 65 did not go as planned. What happened? Did something break? Uh-oh. Not to be too critical, but nothing about this board pops out so far. So they call me, that's the whole point of my conversation today. It's what sets these type of boards apart. That is my conversation, right? And it's not to be mean, it's not to be, judgmental, and I'm not trying to like shit on these type of boards. It's just at this point here, where do they get set apart? So here's already one thing I can see. I actually like this. This looks nice on the bottom, and I'll give them this. Out of all the boards in this price point, this probably has like a nicer design on the bottom right away. It has a nice curve. And I have to applaud them for this, because not for nothing, I don't feel like going to get my other boards right now, but man, I was getting tired of the super flat bottoms with just a weight implanted in it, and they all look the same. So, argument can be made against mode. The mode actually has styling to it though. It does. And then the mode also has a unique mounting system to it too. So the mode, I can't really say it's another cog in the machine there. It has some stuff. Envoy looks more plain than this. I don't think the Envoy looks plainer than this. Envoy's plain? Okay guys, I'm gonna get the Envoy right now. Let's grab this one. Mind you, I'm not trying to score brownie points with this. The Envoy's not plain. The Envoy has curves. The Envoy has a fun side profile with a weight on the bottom, with the weight at the back that acts as an accent. And it actually has some design to it too. As you can see, it tapers inwards here on the bottom as well. I don't know, I personally feel it's a little bit different than some of the other boards we've been seeing that are just squares. And I'll go get a board to show you what I'm referencing. Any advice if I'm getting USB malfunctions while plugging in my keyboard? Desk Matty, can you let me know if you're running Windows or Mac? I'm assuming Windows, because there is something that might be happening, and then we can discuss it here in a second. Let me just go grab a keyboard for you guys. One moment. So this is what I'm talking about. And I'm going to use the Cycle 7 because it seems to be very much beloved. And again, not trash talking any of these right now. I'm just showing you guys what I mean. Very, very flat, nothing truly, yes, it's a different shape here. But machining wise, it's very simple for a reason. So it's very, very simple to keep costs down, right? And my quarrel isn't really with simplicity. Like, I don't mind that. My thing is trying to figure out where all these go into market. That's it. That's all I'm trying to figure out. Like I said, it's not shit talking boards. It's not being mean. It's figuring out, do all of these boards, or can all of these boards coexist and do well? That is my question. And this is just 3 out of like probably 15 that I have sitting in the front that all look very similar. Alex, my fiance, and I finished those coffee crisps. You ate the whole bag already? Good for you, though. Honestly, I'm glad you guys enjoyed them. It tells me that the USB plugged in isn't recognized in malfunction. Did you solder, Desk Maddie? Like, did you solder in the switches, or did you use hot swap? You could have, I mean, it could be shorting. It also could be the USB. It could be the USB port that you plugged it into. Sometimes if you're using like a 3.0 or if you're using like a different cable on a 3.0, could be that. Sometimes it's the motherboard. I've had this happen with Windows. Also, JoyMate, thank you so much. As because the extensive proprietary design and development involved where the others are just copying true and tried design solutions and mass producing them. Yeah, I kind of agree with UgTug there. And I'm gonna admit, UgTug's usually pretty critical of me sometimes. So, I kind of agree with UgTug there. Like, and again, it's not to say that copying a design, like in terms of what's tried and true, that's not a bad thing. Again, my question is, where does everything in that price point, when they start to kind of blur together, and I even have a tough time figuring out which one's which, where do they all fit in the market? That's all. That's my entire question. Like, what would make you, like, would you ever need more than one of those type of boards? And maybe that's a great question we can start off with today. Would you? And this is actually quite nice. I think these curves are really pretty. Let's see though. Is there rippling in this PVD? Or I don't know if this is polished. I think it's PVD'd. This is really clean. Look at that. I mean, it's so clean it's gonna reflect off of it. Really good PVDing on this. Extremely, extremely good. And again, that's kind of what I'm also, Manic, that's also what I'm trying to figure out too. If it's a different board on drop. And remember I was saying, like, I don't understand the $20 difference? The thing is, there's not enough photos of this board on Kazua's website for me to understand what's going on, as well as it says 1.2, but I swear to God, this is not 1.2. This looks like 1.6. Drop tax? Well, no, drop is cheaper. It's not about coexisting anymore. This is just how traditional marketing competition coming into custom keyboard scene, IMO. So, hi. My thing is, I totally get the competition aspect of it. It's just the market's struggling for keyboards as is right now, you know? Like, it is. Like, boards aren't selling out anymore. Boards are still, like, there's so many, like, GMK sets, you used to never be able to find extras. At one point in time, too, you could not find in-stock keyboards. Now they exist everywhere. So, my thing is just, how do these all coexist, right? They copied Adidas? Oh my God. The market is cooled like crazy? Yeah, it's cooled like nuts. It's nothing to say about their designer skills. Yeah, and this is nothing. We're not talking about people's design skills or anything like that. We're just simply talking about how do all of these coexist in the market. That's it. That's kind of like my major point. And I don't know. That's what I'm still trying to figure out. I don't know. I don't know how to. The only thing I could really tell you guys is based off of like personal experience. Buy what you like, but it's getting tough. Is that a bad thing though? Being able to straight up buy what you want and have it shipped the next day. It's a great thing for consumers, but not for businesses. And as you guys can see, this is also why a lot of businesses have been harshly failing. And maybe it's because everyone's trying to do the same thing, but it's great for us. Don't get me wrong. Fantastic for consumers. We can buy something on a whim if we choose to. It's just, it's not Not the best for businesses. Shelf space costs a lot, lots of money over time. Yes, sir. It's a weird pendulum with supply and demand. Demand exceeds supply. Supply ranges up and yeah, exactly. Wash, rinse, repeat. Exactly. I'd love to revisit this conversation when the Bauer light is on the table. If. I don't know what's going on. Garrett told me it was supposed to be during the summer, and then I don't know what happened to that. I think he released more news about it. It's supposed to be soon, right? The longer this hobby exists, the closer we'll get into meme brands and high-end customs. Yeah, to some degree. I wonder if demand has really gone down or if there's just way more supply now. No, demand has gone down. I can't tell you guys certain things, but like, there has been very small quantities of things moved. The demand's way down. It's way, way down. September, maybe? What happened with September? All right, I'm gonna actually double check to see if these are 1.6. So I did grab some clip-in stabs. Which one should I jump on? I mean, it's just whatever you prefer, like visually. They're both very different looking keyboards. But I like some of your guys' points too, right? Like you guys all make good points too about the whole, like, you know, some it's not a bad thing for competition. But like I said, I'm just navigating this space of this kind of middle of the, not middle of the pack. Maybe I don't really agree with that, but oh shit, this is only. So one thing I'm going to point out, this is only a 6.25U. Little unfortunate there. I do like when they give you some options for a bottom row, so it is kind of limiting. Let me go grab a 6.25U stab. Unable to weather current storm of downturn. I think the hobby's still, the hobby's still growing. It's just not where it was at 2 years ago during the pandemic. Definitely not there anymore. Do I have a wire? I just hit my camera. I'm sorry. Oh, it's okay. I wasn't on that soon. Nope, no flex cuts on this. I think flex cuts were probably intended at first and then they removed them. Hence why the traces are like that. Gotcha one. I think mine is going to come with flex cuts if the images and drop are to be believed. Maybe you could, I don't know if that's like an older model of this. That's now where I'm confused as well. With so many of the gamer keyboards muscling into the customs with custom features, customs are maybe being overlooked by the average person. You know what else probably doesn't really help? One of my things that I was thinking about was, hear me out. Again, I'm open to discussion. I love these types of discussions. It's fantastic. Oh, the one on drops V1. That makes more sense. They didn't really make mention this was a V2 to me. I think a lot of gamers who might have, hear me out, a lot of gamers who might have been getting into custom keyboards dropped the idea of customs when the Wooding came out. I really firmly believe that. I think it was just like a no-brainer. Well, customs are fucking dumb now. Let's go grab a Wooding keyboard because of the features it gives us. That's kind of what I think. Wooding was a massive turning point in the scene, that's for sure. Yeah, I personally think that. Ghost flex cuts. Alright. Oh wait, no, I wanted to see if this, I was going to take this all apart. I wanted to see if this is 1.2 mil. I can't tell with my eyes today. Designers to make Hall effect PCBs. From what I understand, the issue with making Hall effect switches and stuff is it sounds not good from what people were telling me. Oh yeah, this is a 1.6 mil. Nice. Appreciate this. But yeah. A lot of good discussion, a lot of good points being made about the whole state of, I guess, more simplistic keyboards. I worry. That's my main concern, guys. Is I worry that it's going to be completely oversaturated, and then something bad's going to happen, like oh shit, like this didn't do well, and now my company's not doing well, so exit scam type thing, or just you know, not good stuff for the community. More options is never a bad thing. Don't get me wrong. I just worry. Kath, thank you so much for the tier 1. How'd the new streamer go to... The new streamer went to Keeb Life? I mean, he also lives there, so he has a 1-up on me. Yeah, the IMs I'm using are Campfire Andromedas. Exit scam, LOL. It's extremely possible. Like, someone could invest a lot of money into keyboards, maybe only sell like 15, maybe their MOQ is 50 or something. Maybe they just take the money and they leave. Like, I don't know. That's just where my mind has been going lately. We've been seeing so many of them, and I know this is not like my normal self, I guess. Usually I'm a bit more optimistic, but you know, I do worry. There's a part of me that does worry. If companies produce enough stock in boards that don't sell, they will have to drop the price even more to sell the remaining stock. That's probably like 4 companies though who plan to stick around or want to do things legitimate, which is kind of the opposite of what we've been seeing lately. I have not tried the 7Hz, the 7HZ. 7Hz, is it pronounced? IEMs. Are they nice? Again, I heard a lot of hype behind those. I've never tried them. So, and that begs the question, what do you guys think about the state of the hobby? How do you guys feel about the hobby so far? Where's my lube? Oh shit, do I need to get some more lube? We should have enough. Are you guys comfy with it? I do need to clip these though. As someone that's in it for the long haul, lived through Flip Sanity 2020 to 2021, this is like being a kid in a candy store as a consumer. Ugtug, I strongly agree with you. Now is probably I always say like now is the best time to get into keyboards, but it's only been getting better, truly. I think it's kind of a weird neutral grounds, which isn't much of a problem. So I personally, actually, I'll read a few more of your guys before I'll tell you what I think. State of flux. I think we want to grab more of the gamer markets. We should at least make Hall effects 60% and I guess a TKL. Yeah, I mean, that's if we want to grab it, or I guess if people want to make boards for that. I feel like having more entry-level boards helps promote the tinkering nature of the hobby. I know I have enough switches and keycaps to make like 2 more boards. Okay, I see your point there. You make a really good point. Sometimes I forget about that aspect too. Like people don't want to tinker with one board, they want to tinker with multiple boards. For me, in my brain, sometimes I think people want to buy one and then buy multiple PCBs and plates, right? So I always forget about that, and that's really good to be reminded about that sometimes too. So that's a very good point too. I actually really like these curves. These are really nice on this board. Again, the photos were very non-existent for this for me, so I had no idea what I was kind of getting myself into. I did put in a little thing, but it said I played more than 2 hours. I thought I played 2, but I guess I played 3. And I think it's a 2-hour minimum window, so I don't know what's going to happen to me. But in that 3, which is even worse for me, because in that 3 hours, I had no enjoyment of the game. And I have no will to pick it up and play. I was in the hobby for a few years ago and then came back this year, and the amount of options is absolutely insane. Okay, so we're in it like a lot of us are like either in a state of meh, or we're in a state of it's great. And I think personally we're in a state of, for consumers, fucking amazing. It's, again, the best time to get into the hobby personally ever. So many options, so many things that like are so cheap and are so good. Tons of different designs for tons of different people. It's been a long haul, it's been a lull for sure, but what I've seen and experienced, but I do hope the ebb and flow between supply and demand can continue to do exactly that, ebb and flow. The more demand, the greater degree of creativity. I agree with that, Lux, that's a great point. Hugely great point. I think once everything stabilizes in the hobby, I think the hobby will be in a great spot. Plus, the people who are in the hobby now are more likely to actually be a good community member rather than hype beast flippers. Do you guys think we're still in the state of flippers in 2023? I don't personally see too many of those anymore, but I also completely cut myself off of mech market. Kind of, certain boards. Okay. I don't view that stuff at all. It made me angry. I'm not gonna lie. It made me sad and it made me a little bit frustrated. So I stopped participating and looking in that market. Like with Matrix stuff, yeah, that's unfortunate. I've seen many people focusing on buying multiple cheap boards for colorful keycaps than buying elegantly designed boards. Interesting. So, you guys know, we mainly deal with like a wide variety of different boards here, but it's all very good insight to have. A lot of this stuff I don't know too. Like I don't really. There's a lot of sub communities within our community that I unfortunately can't always participate in. So it's great hearing all this stuff. Someone posted the Alex VOD's Envoy in your server for $350, Alex. Some people flip stuff. Someone posted it in my server? I must have missed that one. You know what, though? I don't agree with it, but I know people will do it. Only TGR single old customs are being flipped. Artisans get flipped a bit, but the large acclaimed makers like Clack Factory, Hello Caps, Gaffed. Oh, so like the bigger ones, yeah. Just type Singam on Mech Market. Like I said, I do not participate in Mech Market. When I was getting into the hobby, I did, because that was really the only way to get things, and it just sucked. Because like I'd miss out on something I'd really want, and then it would suck. Am I gonna top mount this? Is this top mountable? I'm pretty positive this is only gasket mount. Yeah, it's only gasket. Someone bought 10 courses and flipped it on Mech Market. Wasn't Corsa open group buy? That's kind of hard to, I mean, that's their investment on an open group buy. I can't really fault them for that. But if it was a closed group buy, yeah, that'd be annoying. Has changed the Mech Market game for me personally. Kyo? What's that? Courses were selling for cost on Mech Market Discord for months now, though, so F that. Yeah, again, personally, guys, just so you guys know my stance on this. Again, and just so everyone doesn't get up in arms with stuff, I can have opinions, you guys can have opinions, we can agree to disagree, we can end up changing each other's minds. You guys have done that a bunch of times for me. I've maybe done that a bunch of times for you guys. At the end of the day, though, guys, like, my thoughts are my own. Unless you guys can tell me that, hey, it's a bad way of thinking, I'm open to change. Same thing with everything else we talk about on this. But personally, I had to cut off my Mech Market viewing just because, again, I thought it was so bad for me to look at that, and I would get kind of worked up on some stuff just because there's like a certain nature of people that I find associated with flipping, and it's a lot of that grind set mindset kind of, culture. Where it's like they see everything as money, and I've had bad encounters with those type of people, so it's just not for me. But maybe you guys have had different experiences, and maybe you guys end up making awesome friends like that. But I don't know, it's that whole idea of like buying to sell and everything you can make profit off everything is just not what I want to live for. It was very similar with the GPU market. Hell, you know what's even more fucked up is I got into streaming just before the pandemic. It was like 4 or 5 months before the pandemic is when I started streaming. And luckily, I bought most of the little pieces of gear that I needed. And there were people, even people that I know, who were buying and selling, who would like buy up all the cam links and cheap cameras that people would use for webcams, even webcams like C920s and stuff, to resell them to people who need to work at home and needed webcams to communicate with their team members. And I'm not talking like selling to people who are like multimillionaires. I'm talking like to sell to like the average guy, average girl, you know what I mean? There was a webcam shortage, there was cam link shortage, even like cheap cameras had shortages. And it wasn't just from people buying them. It was because people were literally like, some guys, I knew someone who had like 40 or 50 cam links. And they were just selling them for like $400 a pop. I feel you. Now it seems like it's hard to sell since there's so many options people won't buy from flippers, which is a great thing. I think that's a byproduct of what we're seeing a lot of too. And maybe that can help answer that question that I had, which, I mean, you guys gave me a lot of really good insight about the place of certain keyboards in the market currently, even if stuff is very, very similar in price and in styling. Maybe it does help deter the flipper market. You know, maybe that is, on top of it being great for consumers, it does help deter that too. Oh, dude, Fuji X100Vs. Yep. You know what another camera right now? If you guys want to get into like the nitty gritty of stuff, another camera right now that's also suffering from that as well. But this is a totally different market, by the way. Leica Q3s. That is the new big hype thing that I've been seeing for some of the camera guys. So Fujis are still crazy. People still want the Fuji stuff. Leica Q3s also pre-ordered, and like people are just like, I've seen some people flip them. It's crazy, dude. The scalpocalypse was very real across all industries. Yes, it was. That's an interesting term too. Very interesting. But to quickly go over what we're doing today, this is the Enter67 by Kezawa. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Kezawa? I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Again, I didn't really have too many photos to work off of for this board. It was just what I saw off of their website, which is basically just top-down photos. And I kind of came into this, and maybe this is just me criticizing their website now. Kind of came into this not really knowing what I was grabbing. I just saw that it was a decent price, and I was like, well, I'd like to take a look. But if they had showed me that it actually had a very pretty, wow, this is really good PVDing. It actually has like a subtle curve here on the back and stuff. It looks nice on the bottom. I know it's the bottom, but to me this matters. The top down, pretty simple. It has a very, very small but exaggerated cherry lip over here on the front too. So kind of nice. I don't love the cursive font on the back, but it is what it is. I think it gives it something. There you guys go. Missed opportunity to make the weight engraving look like an enter key. Oh, that would have been actually pretty dope. That would have been pretty cool. Peanut Butcher, how you doing? I was fortunate enough to buy my car before the dealership jacked up the prices. Yeah, like I said, everything camera-wise went up during the pandemic. There was so many just... Oh, man. You know, actually, if we want to talk about something... You know the big reason why I stopped giving a crap about my Windows computer? And like, I used to be really into modding my computer and like buying new parts and like rebuilding every now and then and selling off my old stuff for cheap. It's just because the parts were getting insane to find. I remember because my motherboard did die. This is prior to me streaming. Because I think that GPU flipping's pretty much been going on for a while since the crypto stuff hit, which I believe was before the pandemic. My timelines might be messed up. But I gave up because everything was so hard to find, and it was all on Kijiji and Craigslist and all these other like third-party eBay. People were selling them for crazy, and I'm just like, I don't want to be part of this machine of like getting a part just because it, you know, it seems like a crazy thing, but I don't know. GPU prices seem okay. They seem okay right now, but I still see a lot of stuff, especially when it's newer. And I don't know if this is just manufacturers not producing as much. A lot of stuff's still out of stock. This was the end of 2021. Is that a good price for the 3060? I've also stopped for a long time with PC stuff. Partly blame Nvidia. Yeah. Like now, if I was to upgrade my computer, it wouldn't be an enjoyable thing for me anymore. Just because I've lost interest in that part of, I don't know, computer building and picking out parts. It's no longer kind of fun to me. It's just a whatever thing now. No, that was jacked up. Oh, so it was about $100 over retail. That's kind of fucked up. Was it from someone else or was it from like a retailer? Let me just get some dielectric grease. Just one sec, guys. I bought a gaming PC because of the crazy GPU prices. Oh, like a pre-built? That's a smart thing to do though. That's pretty smart of you. Also guys, thank you so much for the tier 1s and subs and follows. Alof, thank you so much for the prime. I really appreciate that.
Less than 3.
Thank you guys. From the bottom of my heart. Love you guys. Who told you? What happened? Are you talking to Meat Slurpers or are you talking to Kenny? I don't know who you're talking to. Let's do some dielectric grease. Oh, what you lost in the mail. Oh, sorry, I'm just looking at that conversation. Yeah. Think of a 3 to 5 year upgrade cycle for PCs as somewhat healthy and okay. I mean, when I was working in IT, that's kind of what they always said. It was like 3 to 5 years is like healthy for a cycle of keeping parts. Anything past that might be a bit tough. Me losing interest in tech must be because of my inability to afford them. Shark, likewise. I lost interest in a lot of tech stuff outside of keyboards, because keyboards you can still work at a board and make it sound great for what it is. But I did lose interest in tech because I could not afford things. So, what kind of camera do you have pointed at the workstation? So the top down? Are you talking about this one or this one here? I mean, they're both Fuji cameras. This is an XS20, the one on the top. I just upgraded it because my old one, literally the processor died on it. So I have an XS20 from Fuji with a kit lens. I refuse to go anything nicer because the kit lens is perfect for what we need. Would you ever give Permatex another chance? You know what? You guys have told me, and I trust you guys a lot. You guys have literally told me that I should give Permatex another shot. I did have 2 bottles of Permatex, one a little bit older and one newer, and both of them were bad, but I wouldn't mind giving it another chance to see if they've maybe changed their formula up a little bit. Maybe they have. I don't know. Don't trust us? Peanut, why? Why shouldn't I trust you guys? I managed to get a 3080 FE at the height of the chip shortage. But Tenza, how much was that? I actually wasn't going to get it because they only had 5 units of the 3080 FE and I was like number 12 or 13 in line, but I made friends with the guy who was second in line, and instead of his unit going to a scalper, he wanted to go to a gamer. I was so grateful. Oh, so you paid retail? So nice. That's nice. Guardfather, thank you so much for the tier 1 for 2 months, man. I appreciate that, bro. You're just too damn good and wholesome. Man. Thanks, bro. I appreciate that, man. That means a lot. I try. I try to be kind, even when I'm confused and... I try my best. What happened with Permatex? So Permatex, I found... a lot of other people have said the same thing. Genuinely. So this is not me trying to lie. A lot of people have told me, including my own findings, that Permatex basically leaks it separates like the oil from the grease separates really quickly.
CLS2 arrived after a month of being stuck in customs.
Did you give up on the board, or was it just kind of like you knew it was stuck in customs? Sometimes I give up on things when they're stuck that long. I'm like, well, it's lost. But thank you, Sirius. Really appreciate you, dude. Permatex is inferior to Loctite. That simple. UgTug basically summed up my thoughts. But if you want to know the details, basically Loctite, I've found, even if I've taken it off of a board from a year, like if I remove the stabs, there isn't any like pooled up oils or grease. And I find that Loctite lasts a lot longer than its Permatex kind of companion. Maybe it's the formula that Loctite uses versus, well, it has to be the formula versus Permatex. But Permatex ends up, again, separating very quickly. And then the other negative thing I can say about Permatex is you need to reapply it very often because for whatever reason, it like evaporates. It's really weird. Like it doesn't really last very long. And I don't know if there's like supposed to be a difference, but this is dielectric tune-up grease. The other one's called the exact same thing. Is Updog any better? Oh, Peanut, you trying to get me with that? I'll let you have it. What's Updog? Currently, my billing address is different from my shipping address, and my jelly key cap that I've been waiting a month and a half should ship. My billing address. Do you still have like access to the billing address? I hope you do. It's a jumping canine. Peanut, you got me there, bro. PCB eats all the Permatex. I feel like it does, man. All right. Getting a lot of red boards lately. Oh, also the ano on this is flawless. I don't see anything wrong with the ano. The side profile, if you guys were interested, sort of a box on wedge, with a little bit of like a, curve underneath. Quite nice. Here's the back of it if you guys wanted to see. I know not everyone likes this. I love seeing kind of like exposed screws and stuff like that. I think it gives it like a totally different look. The bottom of this board is very pretty. The top's a little bit on the simpler side, but I don't really know what else they could have done here. Again, that small little cherry lip on the front. It's not too crazy. It's there though. They have a bit of a lip there. Battery slot on the inside, daughter board. I don't know if that's proprietary to this. It doesn't look like it's a universal one, but oh yeah, it isn't because there's two screws over there. It came with a piece of tape, but the tape literally fell off immediately, and now there's a residue on this, so I'm gonna have to give it like a negative point there. I hope that doesn't happen to your guys' units if you end up picking it up. Not the biggest deal in the world because you can clean that off pretty easily, but just so you know. The Loctite and Permatex in Canada is likely both made by Worth, but different production lines, slightly different. Oh, so you think it's the same thing, like just made in the same place, just slightly different formulas? That's interesting. This red's pretty vibrant, yeah. I wouldn't say, again, my camera might be making it a little bit more contrasty, but it's a pretty nice red. Let's see. Yeah, this seems like it's a lot more red from the side camera. Reds are very difficult for online, but it's pretty red. All right, let's put these stabs on. So it has a 1.6 millimeter PCB if you get it from Keswa, not the one from Drop. That's what we're kind of learning right now. The one from Drop, from what you guys have told me, and now that I understand more, is a V1, which I never knew that there was a difference between these until you guys told me. I guess you have to get it from Keswa's website, which I really wish they would put some sort of identifier for someone there, because honestly, it doesn't make any, it doesn't really have any good way to differentiate them at all. And we have a polycarb PCB. Now I am using Gateron Mink switches, so I'm hoping these sound good on this. I wish the Caliticale would have done better. I only looked slightly at the Kala TKL, but I don't know. That's also my thing too, right, UgTug? It's just, it wasn't the best performing board, nor was it really, I mean, like, let me double check. Am I thinking of the right board here? I don't remember the Kala being that visually interesting either. Yeah, it wasn't super visually interesting. Had like a little flower on the front, if that mattered. The specifics that made it unique are very niche. Yeah. How'd the weight look? Is there any photos of that? Oh, it did have a pretty side profile, but I don't know if people would appreciate that. Smaller weight on the bottom. Okay. Diecast, thank you so much for the tier 1. Thank you, dude. The engraving is a double-sided sword. Oh, interesting. Also sounded amazing, IMO, in the Teha build. So, again, I didn't really look too much into the Kala. I just saw photos of it, and I did watch Teha's. I actually thought it sounded okay. Am I looking at this right? Was the Kala TKL very expensive? Because it says 450 USD here. That's a tough sell. That's a super tough sell for a TKL. Our big selling points, reduced switch spacing. What do you mean by reduced switch spacing? I joined the Kala group buy without doing any research, and I don't know if I regret it. Like an OTD? Oh. I don't know if many people, like, I think you said it best, UgTug, it's a niche market to sell to. It is. The switches are tighter together, if that makes sense. It does make sense, yeah. I wouldn't regret that, to be honest. Yeah, I don't think I would regret it, Mauve, at all. Like, if you liked the board and you picked it up, don't regret it. This is not me trying to convince you to not like it or anything like that. I can definitely see, though, why people might have been a little hesitant to pick it up. 450 is a very tough price point. Super, super tough price point. Very well thought out on the board that had a lot of time and effort into the design. So if you liked it, definitely don't regret it, IMO. Yeah, there you go. What UgTug said. I've only, I think in my time of buying keyboards, if you guys want some personal insight, I've only had 2 keyboard buying regrets. 2. Also, with the Haven TKL right around the corner, the same price made it tough. And the Haven is super visually interesting. It really is. The Haven's, like, gorgeous. I think a lot of boards are getting EC compatibility nowadays, too, which is interesting. Is NK running Kaiju Round 2 because of you? No, that was just Riley wanting to run it again. What made you regret them? It was, do you guys want, I don't know. Okay. The 2 boards that I regret are they're 2 Rama boards. It was the M65B. I don't know, like, I wanted to buy it because, I don't know, I was just like, I liked the design, and I just fucking hate the way that it sounds in types. It sucks. And then I bought the, oh man, I can't even remember what the board's called. It was the one that ended up with the anodization looking, the Zenith. It looks piss yellow. And like, I don't regret buying the Zenith. The Zenith isn't the problem. I think the Zenith's going to be a nice keyboard because it wasn't designed by Rama, but it was produced by them, like, or whatever factory they used, and then also QC'd by them and stuff. And it was not the color that I wanted. Like, on the website, they promote this, like, bronze, this, like, beautiful, like, almost like a brown keyboard. And I got, like, pee-pee yellow. Like, not healthy pee-pee yellow, because, you know, pee can be clear, too. But, like, it doesn't look good. And it's just, it was not hydrated. It was not good. And, like, I remember opening it up, And I don't know. I don't remember if I opened it up with you guys on stream, but I was so disappointed. It just, I looked at it and I was like, I don't want to build this. Like, I really don't. And it was like at a time when I was already frustrated with Rama. So I was like, I can show you. If you guys remind me later, I'll show you guys. This shirt? Yeah, this is from Uniqlo. It's the only Aerism shirt that I own, and I love it. You open the thermal, so I'd imagine the color is similar. The thermal's a little bit more gold, though, which I can kind of appreciate. Also, or I guess, because the thermal was supposed to be rose gold, and it's not very rosy. But it is gold. But that Zenith was not supposed to be rose gold. That was supposed to be like, I don't remember the color it was called. Oru or something like that? Oro? Anyways, it looks miles different than the render. Yeah, we're using some Gateron Minx. I actually like these switches a lot. The lack of proper rose gold pissed me off so much. Thankfully, I didn't order it. Yeah, I was pretty disappointed with the thermal color. I love the thermal though. Great keyboard. Wilba did a great job designing it. Just poopy color choices from Rama. Rama completely lost what shred of hope and respect I had left. I don't know why I'm laughing at that. I had left with the recent attempt to defend stupid tracksuits and lighter shells. They speak. I don't even need to say anything, bro, because they speak for themselves there. Salvin's here to save the day with the R2. That should be interesting. I hope Salvin goes the route of doing some of those really cool finishes with the Cerakote that he did. Or the E-coating stuff, whatever it was. What looks better as a case color? Dark green or light green? I think dark green's a little nicer. Like a hunter green. I'm very particular about green keyboards though. Surely they ship the Kara soon. Surely they'll ship those keycaps that they sold people. What were those called again? What did they end up changing them to? What's sad is if they would do the right by existing customers. I really think the tracksuit and lighter case is dope. It's a really cool product. Yeah, but you know what it ends up coming off of? It comes off as pretentious because they haven't done the right thing. Dark green anode, light green coating. Yeah, I think Hunter green is very pretty in terms of greens. And then also, if you get more of like a desaturated green keyboard, I think those are really pretty too. Are you guys particular about certain colors of keyboards? Like, for example, I don't like many blue colors. Like, navies really aren't my thing for keyboards, but if you give me something like a baby blue, I can appreciate that. Or maybe something that's not as, like, deep. Maybe a little more playful, like a colorful blue. I avoid blue in keyboards only, though. Yeah, I don't love blue myself. I can't... Oh, I love orange. Orange there's not enough of. Blue is my favorite color. Yeah, we can all have different. Oh, yeah, but yeah, I guess you just don't like it on keyboards, Tug? I don't like bright red, but I love dark. So is this too red for you? Like, would this be considered too red? Burgundy's beautiful, though. I love Oreo colorways personally. The black and white stuff, like panda colors. I love this red. This is a nice red. This would go really well if we decide to use something beige for the keycaps as well. I think that would go very, very pleasantly. An orange board with cinder would be great. Yeah. I mean, you can look at you guys. You guys all have colors on lock. This is a polycarbonate plate. So nothing too crazy new when it comes to how the plate mounts to the keyboard. It looks like it's using just some gasket sleeves, which is totally fine. It does have a battery slot, which is also totally awesome. Love to see more Bluetooth stuff or wireless options. Anyone have any solder wire suggestions? I have the thing that I use in my kit list if you type in !kit. But no clean solder is fantastic. So the PCB gives us option for step caps and regular caps, but then the plate only gives us an option for one thing, which is regular. Anytime limb. Also, a bit of a soft spot for E-White. E-White works with everything. E-White's great. I've been getting really into, not necessarily black keyboards, but like, you know, really dark gray, like that gunmetal. Ooh, I've been kind of getting either gunmetal or just really, really like close to black, but not quite black keyboards. Been really getting into those. E-White, I've kind of stepped back from a little bit because I own a few E-White keyboards now, and I kind of feel like I've hit a point of, okay, maybe I got enough. The Hoshizora? I think we have. Did we? I don't remember now, Shmore. Did we? Sounds familiar. Which color Cycle 7 would you personally go for? Reef. I can answer that quickly because that color is so pretty. If I had to pick a Cycle 7, Reef. I mean, mind you, I have the Reef color here. It looks great. Love this. Like, this is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I have a Hoshizora sitting in front of me. What about it? It's on the stand. Did I build one? I can't remember. I love dark red boards. Light red is too much for me. Some brighter colored keyboards are a little bit tough to work with sometimes, yeah. Reef or Tiffany egg blue? That's also a nice color.
31 months already. So much can happen in such a long time.
It can, dude.
How has your life been lately, Alex? Mine hasn't been the greatest. How
been
do you
okay,
yourself deal with life when nothing goes bad? Or well? Thanks for the advice and he lovely stream. Alex Zotlove.
I'm sorry to hear that, Fierce. Honestly, I really am, bro, because like sometimes during like very dark periods of like my life, you know, sometimes I'll feel like it's never like you kind of spiral. Nothing's ever gonna get better. You know, you feel sometimes the most alone you've ever felt in your entire life when things are just not going your way. Like you truly do feel alone. The best thing I can tell you, man, is like talk to friends, and if you know, talk to people that might help you. And it doesn't even have to be about your problems. It could just be something else, right? But shit's gonna get better, dude. Like it takes time, but stuff does get better. You just can't you can't get inside your own mind and then just make it get worse, you know? Like don't let yourself be the anchor that drags you down. You know, you want to like be the life vest. Even if you're at a point where you kind of feel like you're already at the bottom, don't just add more weight to yourself. The thing is, it's like, you know, having been in bad mental health periods myself, not so much in the last like 2 or 3 years, but in the past, the worst moments of my life were when I got inside my own head and told myself, and you can blame it on society, you can blame it on whatever, told myself that I wasn't good enough, and I compared myself to other people and all that stuff. But yeah, that's the only real advice I can give you, man. But from me to you, Fearness, I don't know what you're going through right now, man, but it will get better, bro.
Less than 3, less than 3, less than 3, less than 3.
AY, thank you so much for the bit, dude. I appreciate that, bro. Comparison is the thief of joy. It is. It's Fearness, this is also like why I don't take keyboards like that serious. Like I take things serious, but like I'm not gonna sit here and like, you know, I'm not gonna lose sleep over keyboards and stuff and like my hobbies. I just want to enjoy it with all of you guys, and like that's kind of what I find joy in now is like community and like building an awesome team and family with you guys, you know. But is every stream this deep? I don't know. Do you guys think every stream I get deep? I don't actually know. I love Alex Heart to Hearts. I feel like sometimes I talk about things. But love you, Fearness. Hope things get better, bro. Nah, just usually, often enough. Alright. We are done with the Gateron Minx. These are cool. Cool switches. They sound so creamy. It's nice. Alpha, what? These remind me a little bit of the Wuche material that they use. Like, it even kind of has that same blue color. Those are, I like gasket socks. I'll never get sick of these. So easy to apply, way better than adhesives. Hold on, is that a Ralph McCurry art panel desk mat? Huh? What? I got this from Novel Keys. It's a Star Wars concept art. I don't know if, is that the artist that did it? He's the one who did all the concept art? Then yes, it is. Ride Bikes, thank you so much for the tier 1,
I am really loving the beard.
Thanks, dude. Really appreciating it, man. I like it this length, too. It doesn't always get this length, though. It's hard to trim it to this length. You know? I always try to distract myself with hobbies like keyboards, but having been in the hobby for about 4 years now, it's slowly getting less traction. I just get inside my own head, like you explained. I recently got a new motorcycle and have been going on safe rides when I don't feel like much. I currently even hosting ClackyCon with a few keyboard friends, but still, life doesn't feel like much. Life doesn't feel like much positive things is happening. Just not wanting to get into details. I mean, fairness, it sounds like positive things are happening, and maybe, you know, I don't mean to turn this into like me trying to not criticize, but like diagnose you or whatever. But if you don't mind me saying, it sounds like you have a lot of fun things happening, and I'm not sure if there's the bad things in between, but it sounds like there's some cool things going on. You're even making an effort, right? If you're still not finding some joy there, you know, there's no shame in this, bro. And I know men's mental health is a little bit fucking weird, right? Because we don't really get to talk about things the way we do sometimes. Like, it's just we gotta like suck it up and move on to the next thing, and, you know, bear the weight of the world on our shoulders sometimes for the sake of our loved ones. But no shame in talking to someone, man. No shame in, like, if you're doing all the good things, if you're doing everything right and you're still not finding joy in that, maybe there's something else, right? Like, definitely maybe, like, talk to someone about it, you know? There's no shame in it, bro. No shame in it at all. You're saying you're going in the gym and stuff too, but definitely no shame in it, bro. Might be something else, you know? Therapy has been one of the most important things I've gotten myself into. Yeah, no shame. Like, again, it sounds like, fairness, again, I don't know all the details, but from what you're telling me, it sounds like you're doing all these fun things. You're doing things right. Definitely go talk to someone, dude. Not a bad thing at all, bro. You got my support on that, man. If someone tells you otherwise, I'm telling you, no shame. Absolutely none. Coming out of lurking to say that therapy is cool as shit? Hell yeah, dude. Big W? Yes, sir. Telehealth appointments have been good for my therapy. Yeah. When I was, a little personal thing, I was at a pretty weird point in my life. This is actually when I was, 3-ish years ago. And I went on my first, online therapy session. And I did about 2 or 3 of those. And it really helped. It gave me a lot of perspective I haven't thought before.
The red on that board looks so good.
Went from not sleeping outside my front door for 2 to 3 months to going out almost every day. Yeah, and it could even just be like, you know, medication might help, but there's a lot of things that can change for a lot of people, right? A lot of different things for a lot of different folks. Wisp, the red on that board looks so good. Yeah, actually, you know what? The Enter's kind of pretty with these curves on the back. Gotta admit it. I still think the $100 to $200 market for keyboards is very saturated right now, and it's hard to kind of put your foot in the door there. But we'll see how this ends up sounding. it does have a few nice things going for it. It does have that cherry lip, like I said. Seems like it has a pretty easy installation period, or process too, not period. And then also some pretty curves on the board as well. Alright. I guess let's put the battery inside too. It took me forever to find a therapist that wasn't like completely intimidated by and doesn't let me command the room in conversation all the time. Yeah, and that's the other thing too that people don't actually talk about that often, is it might take you one or sometimes even a few tries to find someone that you feel comfortable talking to, by the way. A lot of people skip over that sometimes, because not every therapist is going to be the right fit for you. I tried to talk about it with my best mate, but since lately he has a new GF and spends most of the time with her, which is understandable, but it does leave me thinking more about what I want to head. Yeah, dude, that's completely normal too. And I think maybe that's another thing too, right? Fairness is life's gonna change and life's gonna have like different curveballs, and like, you know, we all get a little older. Adulting gets more, you know, tough sometimes, especially more recently. But definitely follow what everyone's been saying. Definitely talk to someone, bro. We love you though, Fairness. Tonight I am watching the one new episode of Ahsoka. I'm kind of scared of my therapist right now. My last therapist just asked about if I wanted to not alive my first session because a random stranger talking about it, if I wanted to unalive myself, which I super uncomfortable. I mean, yeah, that's the thing. You got to find the right fit for you. Oh, this is a top mount as well. Ooh. Okay, I want to try both mounting for this. This is a dual mount. I didn't realize there was screw holes here. I did not realize that. I'm going to try both. I have a feeling I'm probably going to enjoy the top mount on this more, because it's polycarbonate plus top mount. Probably going to be nicer, but it's interesting seeing things starting to shift with men's mental health. You know why things are shifting with it, Sheepy? Being a man also, and having to deal with shit all the time. It's because things are getting fucking tougher. Like, things aren't the same as they were 30 years ago. Like, even say 20 years ago. Nowadays, like, okay, if you want to be a man in the city, we'll just say in Toronto here, and you're told like to follow the traditional values of like, you're the breadwinner, you're going to support your family, you know, your wife's going to stay home and support the kids. You need to have a crazy high paying job for that to happen. And that's not possible for a lot of guys. It's not for a lot of people. That's not possible. So like having to deal with this whole stigma of like, you are the rock in your family type thing, and you are the person who supports, and like, it's just not possible anymore. And that, I think that's been wearing on a lot of men lately. And it's like, it's just, you get more in your head. And then social media obviously has been like the fucking bane of our existence recently too, right? You get all these like dumb, you know, opinions online all the time that might contradict with each other and then make you feel like a less of a person. And maybe you have like someone telling you what their definition of a man is and what they want a definition of a man is. So it's very fucked up. I feel like it's mostly due to cognitive overload from internets and social media. Yeah, it is. Not too long ago. I'm talking like maybe 2 or 3 months ago. I was also in like a weird spot where I was like, I vented to my girlfriend a little bit about it, but I was like, dude, am I doing things right? Like, I don't feel like I am. And then she basically had to like sit me down. She's like, you can't compare yourself to other people. Because, you know, not for nothing, even with me, sometimes I look at other people's, like, I'll see like a YouTuber and I'll be like, dude, they have such a sick studio. How did they get that? And then I look and I got a bedroom. Like, I'm still streaming from a bedroom. And I'm like, how did they do that? Like, what am I doing wrong? And you get all these doubts that flow through your body. And it's just like, what am I doing wrong? Why? And you never stop to think, you know what? I'm doing good. You know, I'm doing better than the person maybe who is, I don't know. Like, you don't think about anything. You just start comparing. Clarsh is in a closet. I'm sure if Clarsh wants, he'd be out of that closet. I think he's doing that for the memes. But your studio is sick, but you have a whole fucking projector to make sunlight. What are you talking about? That's not a projector. That's the real sun. Don't ask why it's not moved in a little while, but that's the real sun. Come on, guys. It's not a projector. Sun's been still for a little while. It hasn't moved. I'm in the part of the world actually where the sun doesn't really move too much during the day, but should make it more yellow. Oh, you mean for like sunset? Hold on, where did I put my? One second. Like for sunset, you mean? Oh, I just kicked the box. I had some. I don't know where I put it though, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I don't remember where I put it. I have basically gels that you can put on top. But I was moving things around today, and then I noticed most of my gels were, I don't know, they're all old. So they're all discolored, so I think I threw a bunch of them out. Yeah, I think I threw all my gels out. They're all old and tattered, and I don't know. I bought them on, no, that's a projector. Wait, no, it's not a projector. It's the sun. My bad. God Tier Studio doesn't make Alex Oto's content Alex Oto's content. It's all about you, my guy. Thank you, Fearness. Love you, bro. Alex, how did you manage to clear up your Mac Studio and audio interface from the desk? Here, I guess I could just take the camera down and show you guys. Or, I don't know. Can you guys kind of see? Oh, God. This carpet sometimes gets caught in my wheels. So this over here, I have the Mac mounted underneath the desk. So I have like a bracket that I installed for underneath the desk. Then what I did was I put the audio interface all the way in the back left corner of my desk. It's not a super wide desk, but it's all the way back in the back left corner. And then I have all the wires draped off going up the C stand. And if I were to and I also have the monitor arm to the left as well. So if I were to actually clean my desk and not have anything on it, the only thing that would be on my desk is the Stream Deck, which I hate it being here, but I haven't purchased a bracket for it yet. I have a phone stand, which I love. I actually like having a phone stand. And then the only other thing would be my fan for my soldering. That's it. That's the only things that would be on my desk. So I just have a lot of junk on here. How's the audio mounted to the desk? Similar bracket? No, the audio interface is just a small little box that I have laying on top of the desk. But then I have all the cables strapped to the C-stand, and then I actually mounted it's a Sennheiser 416 MK or MKH 416, and I have it mounted to a hot shoe mount that goes on top of the camera. And then I have you can't see it. You guys never will be able to see it, but it's just out of frame. So the microphone is just out of frame. So if I want, I don't know, let me pull it through and show you guys. Oh, actually, this is the best way to show you guys. One sec. You guys might hear a lot of noise. Hold on, one sec. I'm mute myself. Okay. Sorry. I had a feeling when I started touching it, I'm like, dude, I should mute myself right now. I feel like I have been able to hear myself. Wait, I feel like I have been able to hear myself? What do you mean? Do you have a microphone monitoring enabled? No, I don't. I hate having that feature enabled. Whenever I have that feature enabled, I get confused while I'm talking. I know it sounds stupid, but it's true. I actually do get confused while I'm talking. You guys want to do those XMI keycaps? Well, I don't know if there's a 6U spacebar in here. Oh, there is. I think beige would look nice on this. GMK? Okay, GMK or PBT? This is the XMI stuff, so it's actually nicer though. You guys pick. Oh, I do need to loop these stabs up a little bit though. Oh my god. There's not a lot of lube on these. I went super light today on lube. I don't know if it's... I guess it kind of is some of the keyboard flexing. GMK it is. Oh, GMK. Fine. Compliment for VDub. Hey, VDub. If I had a choice between you and any other plastic keycaps, like if you were plastic keycaps, I'd always pick you. No competition, bro. I hope you're having a great day today, man. Seriously, dude. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys a choice. Noir, or this is ABS as well, but this is oil on vermilion. So this is like, I don't know if it'll look good though. Orange and like a gray. I don't actually have a beige GMK set, guys. Noir, okay. Watching you helps me feel better. Thanks, dude. My mental health has genuinely been getting better just by watching your streams and relaxing, just watching you mod stuff. You have such a contagious smile. Oh, come on, super. That on my, wait, it puts a smile on my face while watching you have fun with keyboard stuff. I like doing this stuff, guys. It's genuinely really fun to me. Oh, we're not using this set. So I'm glad you guys are feeling better just watching and participating here. I also think 21 KB stuff would have been great on this, but it's okay. Hold on. I think the cherry stab popped out a little bit while I was pulling it out with the, that's my fault. Because it was really, the XMI keycap was really, really tight on the stems. And I think I might have yoinked it out a little bit. So give me a sec to fix that. Yeah, it did sound really weird. I can see one's higher than the other though, so my own fault, my own fault. I've been loving it. I'm glad you like it, dude. Like I said, I try really hard to make it a good little community. Why isn't it separating? What the fuck? Did I miss a screw? That screw literally blended in so well. Did I miss 2 screws? What the fuck's wrong with me? I can't see things today. Did I pop this out by accident? Oh, it did pop out by accident. See? I don't know if you guys can see. Whoopsie. There we go. Had a feeling. I was like, why does that sound so weird? Super tight keycaps can do that though. They can yoink out stuff that's supposed to not be there. Nightwolf, thank you so much for using your Prime on me, bro. I really appreciate that, man. What made you decide for Flexi Spot? Wait, what happened out, Doug? We'll drive from Germany and maybe stay for a night. Does this have a top mount? It does, which I'm going to try after this, and I have a feeling that's going to be the better of the options. But as a positive, I actually really like when keyboards have dual mounting styles because it gives you like total added flexibility. Really appreciate that. Always do. So pretty cool, I guess, additional value to be had within the Enter67 is getting two mounting styles. Gasket, which is fairly easy to implement with this, as well as the top mount. All right. Let's put this back now. Why am I struggling to get this on? Now this stab just fell off. What is going on? Hold on. These cherry stabs are failing me today. So weird. I don't know what's going on. Is it a PCB thing? Is that board up top the... oh no, that is the Navi 60. The board up top. You're a PCB thing? Adam? Hello? Oh, the wire popped out. Did it pop out? It did. Oh boy, now to fix this. Might have to get some tweezers. Luckily, very easy to fix since all we need to do is remove a keycap. Which, where is my switch put? Didn't fix it. I haven't had a wire pop out in God knows how long, so this is gonna be an interesting reminder on how to fix these things. Oh, right here, right in front of me. So let's get rid of this keycap and this keycap and push you back in. And we're back in. Easy peasy. It's a lot easier to fix wires that pop out with hot swap, by the way. EPZP? And then just so everyone knows too, there is the Bluetooth toggle. EPZP. Adam came here with a mission today, and that was to troll me. Imagine if it happened with a solder PCB. It's not impossible though. It's just annoying to fix the solder ones. It happens though. It's, again, it probably happened, like I probably fudged up a little bit of the stab when I put the XMI keycap on it because it was extremely tight, and then I also just kind of rushed to take it off when I should have been a little bit more gentle with it. Just a smidge. I need to make up for my absence. Or your absence? Yeah, I guess so. With right tools, it's easily done, just fidgety. Yeah, it's a little fidgety with solder, but pretty easy still. Not too bad. I'm gonna be honest, I don't love this spacebar though. But we'll see. Is it rubbing? No, but it might need a little bit more lube now that I've fudged it up a little bit. I hear it rattling on one side. Try a long pull switch. I probably will. Let me just try the other stabs to see what I think really quick. Yeah, maybe it's just the gasket mount with the PC. I mean, that's usually not really my thing to begin with. But yeah, I am going to try a different switch here really quick. I unfortunately don't have any other plates. Just this guy. Now, I would like to use a long pole, but you know what we could do? I have a KTT Rose here that we can try. This stab, I don't know. Okay, you know what it might be too? The plate. I think the plate is putting pressure on the stabilizer a little bit. So it's not making like the best contact with the stabs. The keyboard's 10,000? No, it's not 10,000. Push really hard. This Adam guy, bro. I'm gonna put the keycaps on and then we'll go back to the spacebar there. It's probably gonna be a lot nicer when I switch it to... Actually, you know what it could be too that's causing a sound signature that I don't like? There is a mounting point right underneath the spacebar. That's probably why it sounds a bit flatter too. So perhaps we'll have to go in and take it out. I bet Alex just wishes for more 60% because he's an addict. I love 60% keyboards. Love, love, love them. If you can give me 60% boards, I'm always a happy man. Always. The alphas sound really good on this gasket mount though. Not a huge fan of the spacebar though, but perhaps we can fix that up. Since you built a plateless F2 a while ago, what are your thoughts on it? It's okay. I personally still prefer... Oh, this is the wrong enter key here. Is this the wrong enter key? No, this is part of a different set. I personally still prefer using plate for that though. No, this is a prototype, or I guess a review copy of the Enter67. I love when keyless 60s with split backspace. I just really like 60%. I think they look so good. Big fan of 60s. 5, 6, 7, 8. Have you tried the Killer 65? Why does that sound so familiar? Is that someone's like a... Maybe it's just the board doesn't have nice modifiers. All these modifiers, maybe this is the switches, the Minx, maybe they don't play well with polycarbonate plates. I haven't really used a polycarbonate plate with gasket mount in what I feel like a long time. Because the alphas sound great. Yeah, I might switch to long poles for these, which I'm probably going to get right now just so I don't forget. So I think I have a few long pole switches ready to go. Let me see what I got. Why are they called Minx? I don't actually know why they're called Minx. Cream sodas. Let's see if that makes a bit of a difference here. It does sound a lot nicer. Maybe the Minx are just not playing well with the modifiers. I think these are definitely more of an aluminum plate switch. Because I do like these switches, but I've only ever used them on alu plates. Basically milky top, ink bottom. Yeah. Actually, let's use the accent here. That is nicer. You better... No. Adam, I like the accents on Noir, though. It looks good. How do you stay organized? That's my secret, Captain. I don't. The only thing that I have organized, truly, is my keycaps. And even that's not like the best organization possible. I think I would have liked to try this with an aluminum plate for the gasket, but it's okay. That sounds a lot better, and the minks actually sound really good as alphas. Okay, I'm very happy with this now. Although, maybe I take the minks off eventually and switch this off for a long pull build. I think the accent was just plain white would be cleaner. Do they have a plain accent for this? I can't remember now. We'll see. Maybe we'll switch it out. Hydrate. Hander. What's going on, bro? Yeah, right. Move these to the side. It's just carbonated water with some flavoring. It's just called Candy Can. They have these on sale sometimes for like $1.50, and there's actually $1.75 today. Nice. So it's really just carbonated water with some flavoring. It's not considered a soda. It's so good. It's really humid in Toronto today, by the way. Also, small. I really appreciate the tier 1, man. Really, really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Alpha, I had 1 cup of coffee today. I've been feeling like on a very good energy kick today. As you guys can probably see, I'm a little bit more talkative than normal. So I didn't really feel like I needed another cup of coffee, but I did have 1 cup. Appreciate you being here, Small. You've been super quiet. It's because you haven't been here, Adam. You ditched me, bro. You are a ditcher. Function. Adam, I love you. How did the Tim Keelis coffee coaching affect your life so far? How do you guys think it affected my life? With Tim being in my life now. How do you think do you think I've changed since Tim? Is there like a pre-Tim Alex? Because Tim does change people. He does. Small, thank you for gifting a sub to Balgo. I really appreciate that, man. Thank you, thank you. My Wi-Fi acting up while I'm watching Pixels, but it's okay. Alex's voice relaxes me. Hungry. Really appreciate you, dude. I haven't had coffee in a while. Maybe it's time to have some coffee. You know what? Accent, escape, or nah? What happened to 1440p? It started being really... I don't know if you guys caught the errors that the Twitch was... Okay, basically Twitch was giving me weird pixel... Like, it was the same bit rate. It's all 6,000, the max I can go. But it was really, like, blocky. I don't know what was going on. But do you guys care that it's 1080p now? I can go back to 1440p. I just personally think it didn't look as good. So if you guys think this looks worse, like, honest, I can switch back. It's no sweat off my back, but more up to you guys. Yeah, it's a shame that they can't let me do more bitrate, but it is what it is. I never had issues with the 1440p, but some people did. Yeah, some people were telling me that, and like I even noticed that it did look kind of wonky sometimes. 1440p looked so crisp. I wanted to see each individual hair. Do you guys feel like there's less quality now though? Like for real? I thought it would be kind of the same-ish because it's just a smaller image now that with more detail. I'm only doing 30 frames per second because I don't really like the look of 60 frames. Can do 4K 60p. I've tried to make this switch to YouTube, but there's something about the Twitch community that I like a little bit more. Legit looks more blurry? Really? I need to go look now on Twitch. I don't mind it. Anyways, do you guys want me to switch it back to 1440? I'll switch it back next stream if you guys want. Is the chat on stream? Oh yeah, I'll switch it back next stream. How do I feel about flex cuts and plates? Here's my thing with flex cuts and plates, right? If you're gonna make a PCB with no flex cuts and then just stick a whole bunch of flex cuts and plates, what's the point? Like, what's the goal with that? Like, what are we trying to accomplish? But honestly, I don't know. I personally think it doesn't affect the sound to the degree of it being like something that needs to be immediately changed. So it's not a big deal to me. Top-down camera is a little bit different now. Yeah, I had to switch because my old one died. Little honest moment here. I've been kind of beating myself up over that. I know I shouldn't. It's just a camera. You know, but I kind of hate that. Like, it just makes me bummed that it died because it didn't last that long. All my other Fuji cameras have been great, but like that one camera had just, I guess, happened to bite the bullet, and it was like an expensive fix. So it is what it is. Been kind of bummed about it. We need like a function key or something. Oh no, we need page down. I think it's the wrong profile page up, but it's okay. Jump to Sony? I left Sony. I do not like the way Sony video looks. For some reason, I mean, I had an all Sony setup at one point, and I hated the way the videos looked. Near Lucid. Hey, if you guys want some actual, like, good YouTube content that's not me just streaming again, Near Lucid, bro. I actually really like watching his commentary on stuff. Some really good thoughts and opinions, that guy. Why are you using the ugly accent? Leave me alone. Did you use full app? I used full frame Sony stuff. I had one crop sensor Sony, but everything else was full frame. It was... Oh wait, are you talking about the apertures? Like on my lenses? The lenses I had were really nice lenses. They were all prime lenses, and I had them set to about f4 on everything, f5.6. So I ended up having a bunch of Sony cameras in lenses like that. But yeah, their color science for Sony just seemed so... It was like, not to make fun of it, it was boring. Like, the colors were okay, and I find that when you edit Sony, and this is just me, well, maybe not just me, when you edit Sony, Sony colors tend to have like a specific look, and you kind of gravitate towards this one editing style with Sony. I don't know, I don't really love it. Like, it's not my favorite. So when I saw Fuji, everything just seems more natural, a little bit more like warm, a little bit of life, you know, opposed to like a colder, more clinical look of Sony. All right, we're gonna do the. Oh, I'll show you that in a bit, Nev. We're gonna do the gasket mount first, and then I will switch to the top mount, which I think I'm gonna prefer the top mount. So let's move some stuff out of the way here. And let's see how this sounds in the gasket mount. Gateron Mink switches, and on the modifiers we're using cream sodas. So I don't think the Minks work very good with the polycarbonate plate. I like the alphas already. This is what I really like about Mink switches. Not bad. The Mink switches have a deeper sound, which I kind of enjoy. Didn't like them on the modifiers, though. Yeah, I also like the alphas. Yeah, I definitely want to try top. Mods all sound good. It's a super, like, look at the bounce on this thing. There's so much softness going on with this. All in all, I wouldn't say this is like my favorite sound signature in the world. And again, I've used Minks on a few boards that I love. I have a few top mount TKLs with them, and then I also have, I think I ended up putting it in one of my O-ring builds. I have an Enter67 that I didn't even know you can top mount it. I don't recall seeing any extra screws for it. Are these the top mount screws? Oh yeah, top. This is right there. Hey Alex, when's the Navi video going to be on YouTube? Sometime this week. In the next like five or 6 days. All right, let's top mount this bad boy. Yeah, I guess we'll just take. Actually, do I have to take it out? Yeah, we'll just take it out. Make it easier for ourselves. Just that one there. And then I guess I'll just leave the gaskets on because I kind of don't want the plastic to smack against the top if that happens. So let's just leave the gaskets on. What's an easy, cheap way to make stabilizers less rattly and better sounding? Lubricant. Lubricant is going to be your best friend. Ooh, I do not like these screws. Phillips screws? Really? Really don't care for that. Really don't like that. Any portable board recommendations? Something plastic is probably your best friend there. Like a plastic board of some sort. Actually, you know what? Should I take off these gaskets? Let's leave them on, see what it sounds like. When is the OnlyFans dropping? Hey, tell you what. When Teja releases his first OnlyFans picture that isn't a troll, I'll make an OnlyFans account and post something too, okay? When Teja Pipes officially makes content for OnlyFans, that is NSFW. Whoa, Alex! Tell you what, I may post a photo. Can't promise what it'll be of, but maybe we'll make an account. I'll put this in Teja Pipes court. Maybe a collab? Jesus. Oh boy. I can manage Tejas if you can manage Alex's. Hot tub stream would be nice. Are those still a thing? Are people still doing those? Ooh, top mount already sounds miles nicer. There is nothing wrong with a classic top mount keyboard. Absolutely nothing wrong. Gasket mount is outdated. Gasket mount's not outdated. It's just, it has its things like where gasket mount works really, really well. But man, polycarb top mount, that to me is the vibe, bro. It is the vibe. And you can get great sounding gaskets too. Great sounding gasket keyboards. But man, I have not seen a keyboard that's been top mount polycarb that I have absolutely hated yet. I've hated some gasket boards. And I feel like you can really fuck up gaskets. All right, top mounted. I did leave those gaskets in though. Ooh, already stiffer too. Like you can definitely tell like the flex is gone. Oh, I love the sound of this. And I'm sure if you use all long poles, this would be even louder and in your face, but I kind of like the alphas like this. Yeah, I mean it's a nice board overall. It does what it's trying to do well. You can do two different mounting styles, both different for people with different preferences. One's very soft to type on, being the gaskets. The other one's a little bit stiffer, but has a much nicer, I feel like, brighter sound profile. That sounds great. Overall, the design of the keyboard, a little bit more simple in some areas, like the top, but it does have a really nice curve to it, so it does give the side profile a little bit of something there to play with, which I do appreciate. Again, kind of coming back into what we talked about at the beginning, it's an interesting price bracket because there's a lot of competition in this like $100 to $200 price point. There's a lot of competition. You know, we got the Neo that just came out, which I think a lot of people will probably opt for. We have the Cycle 7. There's been a lot of options, tons. But I can see this kind of setting itself apart a little bit by just giving you like a little bit more of a classic keyboard design. I think the Neo is also a little bit classic too, but it's nice. It's nice. If you like the design of this, because this does have like a certain style to it, you probably will be a bit more attracted to this. So it's nice though. The bezels are a little bit thicker on the top and bottom. Get a little thinner here. I would have loved to see this just like a smidge thinner, or even just like proportionate to the top. I think that would have been really nice. And then this does have, again, that little lip on the front. Not quite like a cherry lip, but sort of like a cherry lip. It's a little bit, it drops a little bit more, right? I don't think this is in stock. They didn't say anything about it being in stock to me. It also doesn't say it's not in stock, so I'm not too sure, to be honest. Yeah, I'm not too sure. Yeah, I don't know. The lip on this is nice, that front. Yeah, the lip's nice on this too. And again, this might be a selling point for you. I know a lot of people like those cherry style lips, or just like those lips in the front too. So Just regarding price, what do you think is better, the Pluto or the Cycle 7? Egoon. I don't think either one's better. I think they're both different. They both sounded great. I actually prefer the look of the Pluto. The colors on the Cycle 7 are definitely nicer, but the look of the Pluto is definitely my favorite. So they both sounded good. I think if you're looking for like maybe ease of assembly, and it depends on what you're looking for, right? The Cycle 7 takes the cake there. It's so much easier. It's so easy to assemble. But they're both easy at the end of the day. But if I had to pick one, if you're asking me, what would I pick? Yeah, I might probably pick the Pluto. I think I like the Pluto overall a little bit more. But price does play a factor. It's like what? It was like almost $100 or $80 cheaper for the Cycle 7, excluding shipping. But this is pretty nice too. The more I look at this, the more I kind of like this Enter keyboard. It's not bad looking. Few nice colors. I think they do need to update their website with more photos though. There is not enough good photos of the keyboard to make a well-informed decision if you haven't seen like the keyboard on a stream. They definitely need to take pictures of this keyboard. Looks nice though. I like it. It's nice. Not too pricey. Gives you a pretty solid weight here on the bottom. It's a nice heft as well. Very, very good PVDing on this. Now, mind you, there's fingerprints and dust on it now, but when you saw it in the beginning, flawless. This is okay. I don't care for the word Enter on it, but it's not a terrible choice of cursive font. I still don't get why people just don't write the word Enter like by themselves instead of just using a typeface, and then you get the same E twice and the same, you know, I mean, this looks like two N's, but it's supposed to be an N and an R. I don't know. Just write it yourself. But overall, not a bad looking keyboard. Pretty nice. And 10, yeah. No rippling at all. There's none. Again, mind you, there's some fingerprints and dust on it now. But like, look at that. You ain't seeing no rippling. That is a mirror. Pretty nice. What is your opinion on tape modding? Actually, the more I type on this, the more I like it. I don't know if that's a testament to me also really enjoying milky top switches with top mount. This does sound nice. Tape modding's a good way to make a keyboard sound like good, but tape modding does have a very PE film-like effect where it's not like PE film, but you know, it's more like it's gonna always give you this kind of the same result and make a keyboard sound the same. It sounds like tape mod, you know. But it's a good thing. Like, if you want to make it, do it. Hello, Alex. How you doing, dude? Yeah, I like this. Yes, let me get you the other keyboard I'll show you. But just a quick little thing to wrap this up for this board. If you guys like this, now that we kind of know there's two different ones, I don't know if the one on drop is the same as this one. I think some of you guys said that's the version 1 that's on drop for $20 less. I'm also confused now. No one mentioned it to me when we were talking about this board. They never mentioned it was different. Like, I don't know. So I'm assuming the one we built today is gonna be the one that's on Kezawa's website. I didn't use any foam with this. Pretty nice. Let me get you the thingy to show you there. Hold on. Oh shit, is that the very bottom? Okay, hold on. I can't get it for you right now. I'm not even kidding you. I can take a picture and prove it to you. It's at the very bottom of a stack of boxes, and I don't have a lot of room in that corner right now to move things around. So I don't think I'll be able to show you the PP colored keyboard. It's like piss yellow. But just imagine it being like piss yellow. You promised, Sag. Unfortunately, Nev. If you want, I will dig that out for next stream, which is tomorrow morning. Like Greg? No, it's worse than Greg. If Drop got the V1, time to utilize the return policy. What are we building tomorrow? I think we're building a harbor tomorrow. But yeah, this is nice. Honestly, for 170, it's a nice pickup. You get Bluetooth with this too, so you don't necessarily need to plug this in. You know, you can just use the battery on it, charge it when needed. I think this is a fair pickup at 170. And again, I think it sets itself apart a little bit by just some design aesthetics, dual mounting style, very good quality weight, very good quality keyboard. So good for them. I'm happy that this stands out a little bit in a market where it might be a little bit more saturated now. Good for them. Because usually you see a box on wedge and it's just like, you know, just looks like kind of boring on the side, boring on the bottom. Do you see Mike from NK got a Hawk? Oh my God, Adam. Adam, why are you being like 12 years old for right now? That really saturates my market? Egoon, Alex Odos, GMK coming when? I'm not too sure. Probably not. GMK Dracula's coming for you? Let's go, dude. Just getting it out of my system? Fair enough. Let's play this in. I'll use this keyboard for a bit. All right, though, guys. That's pretty much the stream today. Please consider this if you want. I actually ended up really liking this. A few things that kind of I'm going to criticize a little bit. I do think they should have just used a universal daughter board for this. Seems like they went a proprietary route. I don't understand why we keep going down this path. I also don't love the fact that they did put mounting points underneath the spacebar. However, it doesn't feel bad. It is a little stiffer than I like, but you can always unscrew that. So I don't think that's going to cause much of an issue there. But even with it screwed in and fully utilizing all the mounting points, it does sound pretty good still. Other than that, I don't think there's anything wrong with this keyboard. It's at a very fair price point of 170. I know it's not quality in terms of, you know, price point, but not bad. Not bad at all. Thank you so much for my first stream. Dude, I hope you have a great night, all right? So nice. Dude,
Hope
Osman.
you're doing well, Alex. Trying to buy a 65% for a friend who prefers a soft bottom out. Any recommendations?
Like a super soft keyboard, Envoy. And if you don't want to spend a lot, you can get the Neo. Even the keyboard we built today in its gasket mounted form is very soft. Like this thing here was bouncy. But those would probably be like the three that I probably would recommend right now. Kind of all varying price points as well. The Envoy being the highest price out of all of them. Those would probably be mine. All right, though, guys, let's go see who we can go raid. If you guys want to, again, look at this keyboard, it's in the ! build command. And don't go the one off Drop. Get the one off Kezawa. I'm assuming that when there's a V1. All right. Although, okay, this is what I'm not understanding too. Hold on one sec, guys. Did I link you guys the V1 or the V2? Oh, there's a V2, but it's not on the website yet. Hold on a second. Hold on. That's why this is so confusing. This is only $130. Not $170. I'm looking at like a bunch of other things on the website too. It's just the website doesn't really make sense that well. Here, I'll link you guys what I'm seeing right now. Yeah, I didn't even realize that said V1. Why can't they just call the keyboard something different? So it's 129, and then if you want a colorful weight, it's 139. I mean, that makes the keyboard even more attractive, to be honest. Way more attractive. Can't believe you, Alex. In the kit that they gave me, they only gave me the company website. But to be fair, when I looked at it about a month ago, it did not have anything but the first Kezawa. And this Kezawa doesn't even have a thumbnail picture and doesn't show up on their search thing. At least for me, it didn't. And there's also no photos here. So the website, not that great, but 130 is even more attractive. Way more attractive for this. A lot of different colors, but can't see none of them. They have no photos. There's apparently a raw edition too for the same price, but can't see anything. Anyways, I'll follow up with you guys about that. I'll ask them a few questions, and maybe we'll have like a follow-up stream tomorrow about this. But if it's $130, again, very, very attractive price point. If this is $130, yeah, 110%. If this comes with the double reload their website, I did. Nothing's showing up. Yeah, nothing. It has new Enter67 V2, no pictures, no nothing. The Bluetooth one, I believe, is $159 though. So if you guys did want Bluetooth, I think that's what they mean by tri-mode, which I'm assuming. I don't know. I guess that's what that means. They spelled color wrong? Yeah, okay, you know what? It is my fault for not looking at this one here, the V2, but I will say that I don't love the presentation of this right now. I think if it's going to be like, if they want a better presentation of the product, they kind of have to have a better presentation of it. I'll bring it up to them because I'll get some more, I guess, some more information about this too. I really did think that this was the V1. But I'll get more information for you guys. Maybe they'll have some more photos for me too. We'll talk about it a little bit more tomorrow, all right? Raw does sound interesting. And if this is if you don't get Bluetooth, which you don't have to, $130, this is a fucking great deal. All right, though, guys. Here's the link if you guys want it again. There you guys go. It's on Kezwa's website. Just not very good. Where do you post keyboard photos? Keyboard photos, I post on all my socials. But if you guys want like the high quality ones, I think Twitter is the best place for it, or x.com or whatever the fuck it's called now. All right, let's go see who we can go raid, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow anyways, because we are going to be streaming first thing in the morning. Let's go see. Actually, who's even doing keyboards on a Saturday? Let's go raid Madison. She's doing Baldur's Gate. Say hi to Madison for us. Some soup on Twitch. Take care, everybody. I love you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for being here as always. Peace out, everybody. And have a good night. You guys better have good, sweet dreams or else. All right? Peace out, everybody.